Well, thank y'all for coming in today on Orcas Corner. We have someone exciting in the studio today. This is an interview that I have been waiting on patiently, and she's very spunky, very charismatic. She has a lot of insight, and I cannot wait to sit down and talk to her. I am talking about the one, the only, Sam Scheiber. I'm hoping I'm saying that last name right.
You're so real for that. It's Scheiber. It's because it's one of Scheiber. Yeah, no, it's one of those things. I've gotten Scheiber, I've gotten Schebler, I've gotten a lot of different pronunciations of it. So you're not the first. You probably won't be the last.
Okay, all right. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and ask you to state your name and your pronouns.
Yeah. Howdy. My name is Sam Scheiber. I use she/her pronouns. I am the ASWCC Vice President for Student Engagement.
Oh.
Yeah, that's a big title, fancy title.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. So can you tell us actually what does that title consist of?
Yeah, absolutely. So I am a part of the executive board, the student government here on campus. Part of my job responsibility and roles is that I try to promote all things student engagement. That is my whole job title. That's my whole deal when it comes to the executive board. I am a liaison between the executive board and our student life engagement team, which is our main. There are our main event planners here on campus when it comes to things out of the Office of Student Life and Development. And yeah, I run a committee called the Student Engagement Advisory Committee, where we talk a lot about bigger plans for bigger events. Like, for example, Orca Day, our end of the year carnival. That is something that my committee and myself work on and get some ideas and try to put that all together.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you're the one who need to be credited for the nice Orca Day then.
I wouldn't say that. I would like to. Honestly, what the magic for Orca Day, it's one of the best things about Orca Day is that it's a great chance for students to come together and be reminded why we chose Whatcom.
That is true.
And celebrate being a part of Whatcom and celebrate the end of the year. That's a big one. And a lot of our success has to do with just having that community that we've built around. Particularly, our clubs and unions bring a lot of life to that as well.
Yes.
We like to call them the heart and soul of Orca Day because without them, we wouldn't really have a big, wonderful Orca Day for people to walk around and enjoy getting to meet people. So yeah, I wouldn't want to take the credit for that. I help facilitate talking about what Orca Day will be and kind of do a lot of the help with the behind the scenes work along with my committee and along with other folks. If people are looking to get more involved with Orca Day planning, please reach out to me. We're planning pod parties in the next couple of quarters. Planning Orca Day parties or pod because we're orcas.
Okay.
Yeah. So if people are looking forward or wanting to get involved in that way, please reach out to me. I'd love to see more faces on that.
Yes, for sure. For sure. And if you would like to know more about that or like to help, volunteer, anything like that, I will put her information down here at the bottom and make sure that y'all can reach out to us or you can reach out to us at the Horizon and we'll make sure that information get passed on. That is awesome.
Thank you. Awesome. Thank you.
So, can you tell us where you're from?
Absolutely, yeah. I'm born and raised in Seattle, Washington. I moved up to Bellingham. I think the fall of 2018 is when I moved up here.
Really?
Yeah. Okay. So I've been an on and off student of Whatcom Community College since the fall of 2018.
Since fall of
2018. Yeah. Let's see. Fall of 2018, I originally came to Whatcom to do hospitality. That was my bread and butter. I love hospitality. That I was in it to get a hospitality certificate, and then COVID happened.
Yes,
and that kind of shifted my academic wants and dreams because, as we all know, the hospitality industry took a dive.
A really big hit.
And also during 2020, I got diagnosed with cancer. So so that also took a hit for me coming back.
Wow.
So 2020 was a really, really rough year, but I was done with my cancer stuff in March of 2021 is when I got called into remission. And then I started going back to school on and off again from spring of 2021. I took a break till winter of 2022.
Yes.
And then this past year, what was that? The fall of 2024 is when I made a commitment to myself and my family that I would come back and I would be finishing my education. And I switched my major. I am now in the Bachelor's of Applied Business Management here at Whatcom.
Wow.
And I'm currently in my first year doing that. Next year, I will be graduating with my bachelor's.
That is something.
Yeah.
You have been through a lot.
Yeah. I mean, the pandemic was hard for everyone. So I've talked to a lot of students that took some time off during the pandemic because it was just either their life changed, their financial situationship changed. A lot of students who were in my hospitality program, they had to regroup as well. So the pandemic did there was a lot of shifting that happened during that time.
Yes, it was. It was. And I want to congratulate you on your remission.
Thank you.
Everything continues to go well.
Thank you.
You look like a fighter, and that solidifies it that you are a fighter.
Thank you. That's very kind of you to say.
That is really awesome. She's dropping some juices on it. Like, whoa, like, wow, I wouldn't even know that. So, about your role in student government. So, tell me, what is one of the biggest challenges you have faced in student engagement?
Ooh, honestly, student engagement is such a broad topic, right? Right. Student engagement is in my opinion, it's my favorite thing and why I love my role so much. And engagement looks very different for everyone. Some people,
I think you still love the hospitality.
Oh, I definitely do. Hospitality angle is definitely, I worked in the hospitality industry for a very long time. I used to work for Starbucks. So I have that, I got that energy with me. Warm and welcoming is definitely my vibe. But I would say a personal challenge for me is just keeping myself organized.
Yes.
That's been a bit of a challenge. I'm someone who, with the hospitality and more of a hands-on background, I tend to be, my place where I shine the best is doing hands-on events and running events and making sure things are moving on time and moving in the way that it needs to go.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to the administrative side of my role, that's where I struggle for sure.
Really?
Oh yeah, I'm definitely not an administrative person by nature. It's something that I've been appreciating learning from this job is having to make sure things that I write out in written form make sense to people.
Yes.
So that's been one of those challenges I have personally faced.
Ooh, okay. All right. Well, you were saying about some challenges about administration. So do you think that you would more like to be the person that's on the floor or inside of the event, or making sure that this is set up here, this is there,
yeah,
goes there?
Yeah, that's definitely my bread and butter. I think what I've enjoyed, because last year I was on the student life engagement team, which they do event planning and that more event management. Yeah. That's where I really shined and I really love. And I was recommended this year to be on the executive board, which I think it's been a really fun challenge. I've enjoyed sharpening my administrative skills, running a meeting because I run meetings now. So that's a fun thing.
Congrats.
I think the challenges are they're great. They're going to serve me later down the line for when I go into different roles.
Yes.
And I would totally much rather be doing event management. That's really my bread and butter. I love that stuff a lot.
That is awesome. So you mentioned that, the pandemic stopped a lot of the show and hindered not only yourself, but other students also. Can you tell me, since we have come back to school and back on campus for yourself and other students, how hard has it to engage with students?
Yeah. Oh, I think after the pandemic, there is a lot of, I feel like it's been really challenging for students to feel like they can, at least this is what I have been thinking for me. It's been really challenging for me to feel like I can engage with people, because what if we go through another pandemic and we get shut down again? And I can see that being a theme for other students, not being nervous to engage and feel that sense of safety ripped away. So, and I totally understand feeling that way, especially since we went through such a time where we were like just inside, and it was really hard to engage and have that face-to-face communication. But I'm hoping we've seen a lot more turnout to student events, and I'm hoping we continue that trend. Last year for Orca Day, we had one of our best Orca Day turnouts with a little less than 500 people showed up.
Yeah.
So
it was awesome.
The energy, I feel like we're slowly ramping back up to what we used to be, but I know there's still that little level of hesitancy of like, it could all go away. And I feel you. I feel everyone for having that hesitancy, because I feel it too. Like we don't want to take for granted what we do have.
That is true. Yep. That is so true. I'm glad you put that way. So tell me, what advice would you give other students thinking about joining the ASWCC?
That's a really great question. I would say you've already joined it just by being a student at Whatcom. Associated Students of Whatcom Community College, that's what we all are. We all are students of Whatcom Community College. So you already have your card. You're already in the show. Mm-hmm. I think in terms of wanting to get involved more, if that's like involved with like activities that we do on campus, reach out to your fellow peers. Also, come by the Office of Student Life and Development. We would love to give you a tour of what we have to offer in terms of community engagement. We can get you set up with maybe joining some clubs and organizations or some associations. Mm-hmm. We have an Instagram page, so if people want to check out what events that we're doing, we will post on our Instagram page. Mm-hmm. We try our very best to be as visible as possible for the students here on campus. It's one of those things where I think us as a community or as a campus have a certain culture of like, we are car to school to car to home. Right. A lot of people don't stay here on campus, and we're hoping that will change by trying to have more events that people will be like, oh yeah, I'll stay an extra hour to like go to that. You know what I mean?
Yes.
But in my earlier days before I was more involved with the Office of Student Life and then on student government, I definitely was part of that crowd of like, I would go car to work, car to school to home. That whole, I totally understand.
Yeah. And it's been so hard even for our athletics. You know, we have some good teams this year. Our men's soccer team did really good. Our ladies soccer team did awesome also. Mm-hmm. We missed out on that playoff run. Yeah. As always next year, you know, but I think that with the pandemic, a lot of students has reluctant to start back going to events like that. And I mean, and they have stuff all the time, whether it's free merch, free dinners, mm-hmm. or, you know, snacks. And but I think our student section for our athletes and for our clubs and things need to start appearing a little bit more. And I know it's really hard to engage with students nowadays because of the school to car to home.
Yeah.
So but I think as much as Whatcom continue to keep offering to students, I think eventually we're going to flourish and bring it back.
No, I totally agree with you. I think it's, what do I want to say? I don't know what I want to say. I just have big hopes, dreams, and wishes for the students here at Whatcom. And one of the things that encouraged me to go back to school was because I built a community. Like I built my community here. Yes. And I think more students would have more success with their classes and just academics in general if they built their community here and they had a reason to keep coming back.
Yeah, that's true. So we're going to turn the page a little bit and we're going to ask how many students is on the ASWCC board?
The executive board?
The executive board.
We have 8 positions. As of right now, we currently have 1 vacancy that we're hoping to fill by December 1st.
And what position is that?
It is the ASWCC Vice President for Clubs and Unions.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but how our board stands, we currently have 8 members on our executive board.
Oh, okay.
Or excuse me, 7. 7 currently filled positions, but 8 positions total.
Positions total. Okay. Can you tell us that role of you? How did you learn about it? How did you always wanted to be in student government?
Student government was something that was offered to me last year. So I started out as a student life engagement team member the previous academic year, and I loved it. I loved doing events. I loved being able to interact with students face to face. I loved putting on events. I love all of that. And the position for Vice President for Student Engagement was something that was recommended to me after I went through a selections process last year.
Yes.
That usually happens in the winter. There will be a call for people to interview for executive board, for engagement team, senators, and I think there's another position, but I can't remember in this moment.
Okay.
It usually happens around the winter. You go through the selections process, and then you'll be asked a couple of questions based on what the selection committee wants. You also, when you're filling out the application, you'll have the opportunity to be like, do you want to be an executive board member? Do you want to be a student life engagement team member? Would you be interested in doing both?
Oh, okay.
So they really do in-depth questioning on trying to fit you in a great, where you want to be and where you think you should be.
Yes.
I was recommended to this role. It was recommended because since I was a student life engagement team member, it would be a good opportunity for me to grow within that role. So do some things that a student life engagement team member would do and have a little bit more experience with the administrative side, making sure that bigger plans are enacted, being in charge of maybe bigger projects. I'm also in charge of the Orca Volunteer Project.
Oh, cool.
So that is, from my understanding, it's I think of it like a continuation of my role. A continuation from my role from last year. I'm just adding on more things.
Well, what Sam, with volunteering for this, being in engagement of that, putting together this event, when do you have time for just Sam?
Well, I have the weekends, but to be honest with you, I live and breathe for this kind of thing. I really do. What I want to do in my life after school, I've talked about doing event management. I've talked about doing things like that. This is kind of like a continuation for what I want to do later. So I really love what I do. I'm exhausted, but I love what I do. So
that is so all of, but that's the thing about doing something that you love. Like I tell people all the time, they ask, well, I don't know what I want to do when I finish school, or I don't know what I want to take in college. Well, I tell them, do something that you're going to want to do every morning that you get up. Yeah. Anything that you want to wake up and go and do every day is what you should do. And that sounds like exactly what you do every day. You wake up and you do what you love to do every day. And some call it work, but you call it just life, huh?
Yeah, and I think about it like this. I think about my journey from when I first started in fall of 2018. I was a student that I didn't know what I wanted to do. I was scared. I didn't feel like I had a community. I was just confused, and I didn't know what I wanted. And I want to reach out to students who are like me and try to show them hey, there's opportunity here. There's opportunity to build community. You can do it.
Yes.
You can persevere. And particularly, if we're being honest here, I'm not the biggest, back when I started, I wasn't the strongest academic student. And I feel like my academics have only gotten stronger since I've built a community here on campus.
That's good.
So I'm hoping that if students get the opportunity to build the community, they will have more academic success, and therefore will stick around and want to continue to do and achieve all the things that they're setting out to do.
That is so true. I mean, Wacom offers so many different avenues to help incoming students, current students, and students that are transferring back to be able to just adjust at any nick of time, which I think is the most thing that makes Wacom very special. Yeah. It's very homey. It brings in a sense of being accepted. And that's one thing that I love about this college. That is one thing I love about this college. So I want to talk to you a little bit about S&A fees. Yeah. Can you explain to me, what is the definition of an S&A fee?
That's a really good question. S&A fees, or services and activities fees, they're fees that Wacom students pay with their tuition. I believe it's only the student. It's not. I don't believe international students pay S&A fees, but other students do. It's a chunk of money that it's just taken out of their tuition, and it's used for services and activities, like specific activities that will enrich student life.
Oh, okay.
So that's a very broad definition.
All right. So basically, it's paid by students for students.
Yes.
Oh, okay. All right. So do the S&A fees help pay for Orca days and things like that? Does events like that?
Yes. Orca S&A fees do help pay for fees like or things like Orca Day. They also help pay for clubs and unions and organizations to have money. They also S&A fees, they're very specific for like what they can do.
Yes.
Part of what's in the guidelines for S&A fees is that they can't be used for anything that would be considered like curricular. So like if a class wanted to buy, let's say an art class wanted to buy easels for their art class.
Okay.
They could not use S&A fees for that because it's for an academic, like it's for a class in an academic. Yes. But if like an art club wanted to pay money to buy easels, like use money to buy easels, they could because it's for an extracurricular. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
Okay.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. So it's fun for anything that's outside of anything that the college offers?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it has to be open to all students.
It has to be open to
all students. Yeah, there are certain like guidelines around that, which if you would like some, I'm happy to share that information. So you can also link it down below as well.
Yes, they will be great.
Yeah.
They will be great. And for our students out there, where can they find this information at?
It's on the Whatcom website. It's also on the Whatcom website under the Student Government tab. There should be a whole section that is dedicated to S&A fees. The memo that goes along with what we can pay, what are used for them. We also have the S&A fee committee that meets every other Monday.
Yes.
Those meetings are posted also online. And if you guys have a fall calendar, they're also posted on the fall calendar, the ASWCC calendar that was put out. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you know where to find it at. So you know where to find that at, and everything is going to be up on the website if you want to look for it. You can find it there. So about the S&A fees, I have been to one of the budget meetings, S&A budget meetings, and I think that it had been brought up that we're missing a number for how much is in the funding? Yeah,
so it was to my understanding, what had happened since the switch to CTC Link, the codes for where the money has gone got a little jumbled and mixed up, and trying to smooth that out. At our next S&A meeting, we are actually having a full read through of what's in our account by the business office manager, Heidi Forbes.
Heidi Forbes.
Yes. So she will be there to straighten out what occurred, what is currently in that budget, and how that will shake out. That's where we're at with that.
Oh, okay. All right. So for students to know and to want to engage with that, can you tell us what day, what time?
Yeah, absolutely. It would be, so we are on the 14th today. It would be next S&A budget, which doesn't happen next Monday. It would be the following Monday. Is that December 1st?
I think.
December 1st, yes. So that's when we're going to get a full rundown of what occurred, why it occurred this way, what the situation is now, and how we move forward.
Do you want to see anything else for students to engage with, or any other type of activities you think that you want to bring to Whatcom?
To Whatcom? Well, like in terms of like events or like
yes, like events.
You know, we have a lot of things coming down the pipeline. Orca Day is like my crowning jewel. I love it.
It's not like I want to put anything else on your plate.
But I'm open to I want students to come tell me, hey, Sam, I am really interested in doing this. What can we do to make this happen? I really want to hear from students and want to hear what they want to do as well. Because I love planning things. I love planning things.
That'd be so great. I mean, do you have a lot of engagement with students?
I do my best to reach out, to go out and engage with students in terms of like, because that's my job. I am in student engagement. But I am a frequent flyer of Coffee with a Student Leader, which is a event that happens on Wednesdays where senators go and sit in the Learning Commons and talk about student government. So I show my face there. I'm around during executive board meetings, Senate meetings, S&A committee meetings. I if I notice that people are have questions about things, I usually step and be like, "Hey, I'm on student government. I would love to answer that question if you don't mind me barging in." But I want to hear from students. Like, I serve as an executive board member. I serve the students. I serve you guys. That is my whole job. That is what we do. In terms of ASWCC organizations, like that umbrella, there's a couple of sections that it falls under. The Horizon is a organization within the ASWCC. We have associations, which are kind of like a newer, updated version of clubs. We noticed from last year there was a lot of complaints about, or not a lot of complaints, but there's a lot of clubs that didn't use their allocated fund, like the funding that they were allocated per quarter.
Right.
So and the charting process can be kind of tedious for clubs that just want to like meet and hang out and just enjoy and just have a space.
Yes.
So this year there's a new pilot program for the difference between the two. Associations are like last year's clubs where they get an allocation, they get a vote on the association council, they have they get more money, or they get money. That's the big one. And then clubs are we offer space on on the SIRE second floor for clubs to hang out and get to meet, but they don't have to go through a full charting process. But that also means that they don't get money because they don't go through the full charting process.
Yes.
So those two are in that bucket. And then there was a fourth section that I was going to say, unions. I cannot forget about the unions. They the unions are part of that umbrella. They do get an allocation of money, and they do get a voice on the Senate, should they choose.
Oh, okay.
Should they choose, unions do get an opportunity to have a member of their union serve on our Senate.
Oh, that is neat.
Yeah, no, it's incredibly important. We want our unions to feel like they have representation. We want more voices on the Senate because it's a great way for students. One, it's a great way for students to get involved, and two, it's incredibly important to have diverse voices on the Senate.
That is so true. And I'm glad that is something that the ASWCC is implementing. That is very great to know. That is a lot of information for students right there. A lot of information for students. And I want you to give them a little bit more information. One is, do you think it is a good idea for students, regular students, that not in a club or in an organization or a part of any committee, to come out to the budget meetings and for all of that?
Yes, I totally think it is. We'd love to see more students here. One, because if you're a student here at Whatcom, you've paid the S&A fees. You should know what's happening with your money.
Yes.
And there is open comment during those meetings. Like there's a pot or I think it's either the top of the meeting. It's top of the meeting where there is a section for open floor, which any student can come in and say, "Hey, I have a question about this," or "Hey, I'd like to make a statement about this."
Yeah. We
really want to hear from students because it's your money and need to know you have a say in what happens with it.
That is true. All right, so I have one more question for you, and then we're going to put you in a hot seat for like 5 questions. Are you up for that?
I'm so cool for that.
All righty. So the last question I have for you is to know how much information do y'all need for students to come and like volunteer for special events or for anything that y'all are putting together? And also it's a 2-part question.
Okay, I love a 2-parter.
And also, how can someone work into the Orca Pantry?
That is a really great question. Can I answer part 1 first and then slide into part 2?
Yes.
Part 1, if you want to volunteer, reach out to me. I'm the Orca Volunteer Coordinator. That's my whole job. I would love to have more students within the Orca Volunteer Program.
Awesome.
I really want to grow that program. took a turn after 2020 when we went remote, and it used to be a little bit more of a healthier program. And since coming back from COVID, it's been slow going, but I really want to see that the Orca Volunteer Program thrive and have more members. And it's a really great way to meet people, build community, and get involved on campus. To answer your question, reach out to me and or stop by the Office of Student Life and Development on the second floor. I have a QR code, and I'll share this QR code with you so you can put it in the description, because it's a quick survey. I just need your name, I need your student email, and I need to know what kind of events you want to volunteer for. And then I do the heavy work of like sending out an email to all the volunteers being like, hey, here's a couple things that are happening in the next couple of weeks. If you want to sign up, here's some sign out sheets. Here are the contacts for who's running those events. Yeah. If you have any other questions, reach out to me. I usually do my best to at least volunteer at 1 or 2 of the events that I put out on my email blast. Oh, okay. So there is an opportunity to see me when if people care about that, but I do go and volunteer my time just because I want to be the kind of leader that leads. Like, if I say, hey, like, go do this, I don't want to just be like telling people like, yeah, go do this and not doing it myself. I want to be able to say like, yeah, I do it too. Like, yes. Yeah. Because that's a lot of things that I think people come up against when they want to go and volunteer for somewhere where it's like an organization and they asking for volunteers. But the people who's asking for volunteers don't even volunteer themselves. Yeah. They're just running the organization or just running the program. Yeah. So that is a good one right there. No, so I volunteer too. I do not put that on my time card. I will volunteer my time because I find leading with intention and leading, if I'm going to say I'm going to do it, I got to walk the walk and talk the talk. That is so awesome. That is so awesome. You're a wonderful person, Sam. Thank you. You're a wonderful person. But it's time for Hot Seat. Okay. Let's get it. Hot Seat segment, 5 questions. Let's see what she says, all right? Are you ready? I am ready. So it is 5 random questions that is just maybe or maybe not off of the top of my head. Okay. But it's just the questions that we're going to get to know about you. Okay. Prepared? Prepared. All right, let's do it. What is your favorite color? My favorite color? Ooh, red. What is your favorite comfort food? When I was sick, my best friend used to make me homemade chicken pot pie. She did the bird from scratch. Oh, yeah. Wow. She did the whole thing. She roasted her own bird. She made stock from the bones. And then, she did it once a week. Lindsay, I love you. I met her actually at Whatcom, and she graduated here from Whatcom. Wow. When I was sick, she made me a homemade chicken pot pie every week. Shout out, Lindsay. I think I'm feeling under the weather. I would love some of that. That sounds so good. Oh, man. It sounds so good. True labor of love. So, simply for that reason, that. So, even if you don't eat it at all, are you a left Twix or right Twix? Ooh, that's a really good question. I think I'm a left Twix girly. I know that's controversial. I know people are like, I know that's a controversial take, but yeah, I think I'm a left Twix girly. I think I am. Yeah. Awesome. Oh, which one would you prefer? Ice cream or pizza? Ooh, 2 different combinations. Ice cream if it's soft serve, particularly with the Dairy Gold soft serve mix. But pizza otherwise. All right. And for my last question, if you could be any animal, what animal would Sam be? Ooh, I usually gravitate towards either a tiger, or I've also been known to choose rabbits as well. Very different animal species, but those are the 2. All righty. Sam, I want to thank you so much for coming in and interviewing with me. You are so awesome. I would love to do this again. Yeah, let's do it. This is such a fun interview. This is so cool. Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate you letting me have a platform for a little bit and get a chance to interact with obviously getting to talk to you. I love that. Yeah. But getting a chance to reach out to more students too, it is such a joy and such a pleasure. So thank you for the opportunity. That's what we're here for.